Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Lost Cornflakes podcast. This is episode 6. I'm here with everyone. Say hi.
You frozen again.
Hello.
You
Hi.
froze again.
You're
I
frozen.
can't be asked, bro. I can't be asked.
Universal Studios, scene 0, take 0, roll 0, date none. So UND, frozen.
Sure, like anyone can say that. Anyway, welcome back to another episode, guys. I was about to say boys. But yeah, we're back again. A lot of stuff has happened recently, especially with me and Aaron today. I think we should start talking about that first. Which, if you didn't know, if you don't live in the UK, it was snowing today. Still snow
It
outside.
wasn't snowing where I live because I'm warm.
Yeah, because you don't live in England, bruv. You
I
might,
do live in
you might
England.
do.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Yeah, I do.
Mentally,
You
you
don't.
don't.
You think you live in England, but you
Mentally, I
don't.
Yeah. So
Mental.
it's snowing for everyone. Blah blah. Me and Aaron decided to go for a walk,
It was nice
and
and sunny.
you know it was fun. And then we got to this part, and me and Aaron were gonna throw a snowball, huge snowball at each other. So I'll let Aaron take this away.
So we was walking. We walked down this road, and then I picked up a snowball. He picked up a snowball. We both looked at each other. I said, "We know how this ends." He looks at me, nodded. I picked up the snowball, held it in my hand, got ready to throw it at him. He got ready. I don't know what he was doing, to be fair. And then I threw him. I turned around, and I sprinted, and all of a sudden I came straight to a stop. Why was that, Luca?
Because there was a pole right behind him.
So you
I
ran
went
into
straight.
a pole.
Yeah, I ran straight into the fucking pole.
And,
And then
you just hear
I hung over.
ding, and he
You hear
fucking
a
bent
very
over.
high pitched ding noise. Alright. So I hung over the pole. Oh, I forgot where I was.
Yeah, he was hanging over the pole. He was stuck in that one position, and he was still in the running motion. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I was like pissing myself, and I couldn't breathe. Aaron was like, "Oh my bollocks, oh." And he went into the middle of the road, just
I'm
bent
not
over.
lying.
Oh.
I'm not lying. My knee is completely fucked. Literally, I can't walk properly.
It was like a movie. Like it happened so quickly, and it was so perfect. It was just amazing to witness. What was that?
I just yawned.
Anyway, you're gonna make me yawn in a minute. Anyway, let's talk about one of the most biggest things that's been going on. Oh my god, I'm gonna yawn.
Ben's face when he yawns is so funny.
Fucking yawning, boys. You cunts. Hopefully it makes all of you home. Oh, this makes you yawn at home. Anyone listening? But anyway, let's talk about one of the biggest things that's been got. Cunt, stop yawning!
Every time you say yawn, I yawn. Shut
Fuck,
up,
I'm
man.
not looking at him. One of the biggest things going on at the moment, which is streaming platforms, not like streaming like Twitch and YouTube and stuff like Netflix and Disney Plus and all that, where a lot of streaming things where they stream movies and TV shows in there, and you know it's grown pretty big this past year and a bit, especially because of Corona, and you know it's something that's to be happy about and not to be happy at the same time. I mean, I'm a big fan of hold on. I don't know what the fuck is going on in my field of view right now, but I just see two people being so fucking retarded. It's just unbelievable, and I can't get my words out because I'm just looking at them. I mean, Ben turned around and just like, wait a minute. Just got up, and I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, I'm gonna ask a question to Will because Will, this is like the second episode where I want you to talk a lot.
Fair enough.
You are how can I word this? You're the only person I know that you can go like, okay, I'm gonna watch the first few episodes of this and go to bed. But instead of doing that, if there's 2 seasons of the series, watch the entire 2 series, then go to bed.
I mean, I just get so involved, and I like to let the story carry on.
But yeah, because the other night you started watching this new series on Netflix called Fate, was it?
Yeah, Fate the Winx saga.
And you said, okay, I'm gonna finish these episodes and go to bed, and you finished the entire thing.
Yeah, I finished the entire 6 episodes, which are all hour long.
I don't know
I
how
started
you
at 2
can
o'clock in the morning.
manage that. You did that with Misfits, you finished it so quickly, and the amount of seasons.
I
on
finish
that-
I finish everything so quickly. I like to
Yeah, so you're a
see it all
binger.
going.
You're a binge watcher.
I am a big
to say.
yeah.
And the amount, I bet there's a lot of binge watchers out there. Even people that are listening to this, I bet you binge watch a lot of things. I can't deny say that I have binge watched stuff, but I've slowed down recently because I've just got a lot of stuff going on. But this is where a lot of people love stuff like Netflix and Disney Plus. I mean,
So accessible.
you're able to just go in it and binge watch whatever you want. So going to the cinema, like Ben, what do you think about this kind of stuff? Being able to binge watch instead of going to the cinema to watch movies and stuff.
I think that it's I think good and bad at the same time, because I think it's causing problems for places like cinemas and you know, picture houses and all sorts of stuff, because they're not getting as many people and they're not going to get as much money. But I think that it's also a good thing, because if I want to stay home and I want to be in be in my bed and just chill, and I can stream and watch whatever I want, I can. I also like it more because you can just binge watch it. There's no cliffhangers. You're not left on a
Well, it
you know
depends
what's
if the
going to
season
happen
ends or
next.
not.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, yeah, because some seasons and some films end on a cliffhanger and you never hear back again. But I think there's benefits to it, and I also think there's drawbacks to it. So I think it should be managed. I think it's doing that classic skyrocketing thing where it's literally like there is no benefits or drawbacks. It's just going really, really, really high, and then the classic. It's the same thing with all the supermarkets, isn't it? And now you have all the small shops. They're struggling. I think the same thing with streaming services. You're gonna maybe not see as much or at all of cinemas in the next 10, 15 years. You
Which
might
is
not.
sad though.
Yeah, exactly. Because well,
I
if you
love
want
the cinema.
I love being able to watch TV in my bed, but I want to go to a cinema with my mates,
I mean,
and
even like
sit in front of a
it's yeah,
huge screen and a speaker system.
it's a nice thing to like go out like for a birthday or going out with your mates. So I understand that, because we have done that. But things like there are movies that are for cinema, and I know Will can back me this. We went to go watch Tenet, which is one of my
Oh my
favorite
God.
movies. That in the cinema was
So
unbelievable.
loud.
Yeah, and like you can't get that experience at home. You can't.
I think it was a bit too loud though.
Probably because we haven't been to cinema in fucking ages since we watched that. But
You're telling me the first scene
oh my
with
god.
storming that stadium wasn't too loud?
So, bit of context. If you haven't watched it, it's a bit of spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it now. Then come back. But the first scene is these special ops soldiers storming into a stadium and raiding it, and you just hear it's all gunshots, and it feels like you're in that room. It feels like the gunshots are real. They are actually there, and it's so fucking loud, and the vibrations in the seats and all that kind of stuff. It's sick, and that kind of thing you can't replicate that on
And
Netflix.
it's an experience
or,
that you can't get from anywhere
yeah,
else.
so the cinema is a really big thing, and I don't want that to go away. Going to the
No.
big screen to watch a movie is fantastic, and I think it's good that streaming platforms are rising up because it's more accessible to a lot of people, especially people that don't want to pay 50 quid to go to the cinema every fucking time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because
you
food's
know-
expensive.
Oh yeah, I mean you can bring your own snacks, but a lot of people don't want to. Streaming platforms, especially what they're bringing to them now. I mean, have you seen the thing that Netflix doing? They're bringing a new film every single week,
Yeah.
a new original film every single week, which looks sick. Sorry. Honestly,
got
I
so
I
fucked.
can't. You don't. Anyone at home that's listening to this, you don't understand what we can see. Okay, this is why we've been talking about getting cameras, getting one room, and just all of us sitting there recording it, because if you see the man who's going on between two of the people here, it's just fucking retarded, all right? It's so bad. It just being so special. And I'm trying to talk over it. Will's trying to talk over it. And then they're just pissing themselves. All right? They're just honestly pissing themselves. We can't do anything about it. I'm trying to keep a straight face and just lose it. Oh, God's sake. Anyway, yeah. All right, Aaron, question for you, you fuckwit.
What's up?
So, would you class yourself as a binge watcher?
Absolutely not. I can't fucking be bothered, honestly.
You hardly watch anything. You're the kind of person that doesn't really pay attention to.
I'm not a
Netflix
TV
anymore.
or film or movie person really.
So yeah, so like, what? So what do you think about this whole matter then? Because you're someone that doesn't care about it. What do you think as an external person?
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's just not my thing. I
No,
get why people do it. I get why people do it. It's honestly like they like movies. I get it, and they just want to watch it because it's like there's a cliffhanger after every episode. So it's just like they get addicted basically. They've just got to watch it.
That was a great English
Ben,
waffle
what is your
answer.
face, man?
I don't think that quite answered what Luca asked. But
No, but
I forgot what he
it was the
asked.
GCSE 8 marker, and you answered to the point where you got 6 marks. So congratulations.
I'll take 6 marks.
But yeah, you see that Aaron's here to prove as well that there's not a lot of people that actually use Netflix and Disney Plus like other people in the world. But you know, it's surprising how much they're doing and how much they're taking over. Like, I just remember having Sky. I mean, Ben still has Sky. Well, actually, Ben, what's Sky like now? Because I've got no clue.
Right, Sky has changed a lot since I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, they even had like games on the controller, and there was like a SpongeBob game you could play. It was really cool. And every time like SpongeBob would come on the TV, it would say you could play the game. It has like an access thingy. So you don't have that anymore. It's changed a lot.
Just left the call. I carry on.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Sky now, I think it's good, and I personally, because my mum and we've had it for a very very long time. We've got Sky VIP, so we get access to some different things like the movies and whatever. And I've also got Sky Q mini boxes, so you know we've got Sky wherever. And then obviously the Sky Go, so it's basically kind of like Netflix where you can watch it wherever. The only drawback to Sky, personally, is if you're watching a TV series, right? Sky is still kind of, and Netflix has done it as well, but not as much as Sky. If you're in the middle of watching a TV series or you've got a ton of recordings on, Sky is not afraid to just wipe it all and it will just go. You're in the middle of watching a TV series and then it all just disappears and you can't find it. Or you've got a ton of recordings and you're going through and you go to bed, you come back next morning and the rest of it's just gone and you just lose it because they've taken it off. You know, they don't get to let you finish the series before before they take it down. That's to me a really big problem, because the amount of times we've been watching a TV series and then it's suddenly vanished and you can never finish the end of it because it's not there anymore is very very irritating. But
Yeah,
Sky
it's
now,
not satisfying at all.
no, it's not satisfying at all. But in a whole, Sky is good. I think Sky is expensive
Very expensive.
compared to everything else there is. Personally for me, because I've had it for so long, I think we get it slightly cheaper because obviously you get the long ass VIP discount thingy. So we get it I think cheaper than anybody new getting it, which is why we still got it, to be honest
I
with
mean,
you.
they've made it cheaper than it was, because I remember seeing an
Yeah.
advert going down from like £70 a month to £30 a month.
Yeah, I remember
trying
when
to
I was
compete.
a kid. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid. And I will always remember this. Because we had Sky on and off a little bit, but I think every year the Sky price would double. And it got to the point where my mum just started phoning them up and saying, "What the fuck? you can't just keep doubling our prices. Why?" But yeah, I think Sky is good. You got to be careful with it because it's one of those things where it does the packages, you know. Well, Sky likes to try and grab as much money out of you as they can. And they have like packages of things. It's not like Netflix where you buy, or Disney or whatever. You buy like one subscription, then you got it all. In Sky, you've got like the movie package and the sports package, and then all these different things. So there's
feel
lots
like
of
Now
ways.
TV though.
Huh?
Feel like Now TV.
Well, I've never used Now TV.
Have you?
me
You've used
personally,
Now
but-
TV, haven't you, Will?
I don't. No, I have used it. Like, my sister has the subscription to it.
My
But-
mum, because we got smart TV, we had a go at Now TV, but we definitely prefer Sky. Sky is like layout as well. Or I don't know if it's just the layout or we're familiar with it. I don't know, but we personally like it more. and Sky is good. It's just you've got to be a little bit careful with it. And as I said, because we've been customers of it for basically my whole life, we get it a little bit cheaper with Sky VIP, but it is quite expensive. And but we've got the Sky Q mini boxes, and then the movie bundle. And for really, Sky has so many more movies than Netflix, so many. And this all the old ones you can get as well, because obviously Netflix is constantly taking things down and putting things up to keep it fresh, whereas Sky, there's just everything, whatever you want is there.
But
Um,
you can make the argument that Netflix has a lot better movies on there. Like their original series are a lot better than a lot of Sky
some of the
stuff.
Netflix original series you can't beat them. Yeah, some of the Netflix original series are just that I've seen some films from Netflix that I'm really glad I've seen. You know what I mean? I'm glad I've paid for Netflix to see this. And I but with the same time, you're not going to get things like Wally and all sorts of like that.
That's why you buy
because-
Disney Plus.
You don't need to buy Disney Plus because it's on Sky anyway. It's like if you want to watch something specific, then you go to Netflix or you go to Disney Plus. But if you just want like a whole package where you've got like your family, then you
If
go.
if you don't know what you want to watch,
Even
You
Sky
can go on Sky and you can
Sky
find.
gives you the freedom to watch whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, as a family, and then that's why they do the bundles, because then it makes it cheaper if you don't want to watch certain things. Like if you've got a family big on sports, and you can get the sports bundle. If you're not, then you don't have sports at all. You don't have access to it, right? You still get all like live shows and live sports, and like so you still got access to it, but it's not like the whole sports thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same with movies and a ton of other things that I'm not going into. But it's kind of like, I think if you're young, go Netflix, go Disney Plus, go Sony Movies, go whatever. But if it's like a family, then I think Sky is brilliant. I think Sky is absolutely brilliant. You just got to make sure that you don't get overpriced or whatever. And then for me personally, to have Sky and Sky Q mini boxes, we've got the Sky in the living room. I got a Skybox in my bedroom, and then a mum's got a Skybox in her bedroom, and it's all connected to the main box, but they're all individual, so you've got your own recommendations and accounts and profiles and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it so that it's all chill. So I think, I yeah, but I think Sky's good, but you just got to be careful not to get overpriced. I think because it's expensive. But if you're in a family, it doesn't.
You just said the same thing, not even 2 seconds.
I know. I'm tripping over my words, but if you're sharing it between an average family of 4 people, 4 to 6 people in a family, then
Oh, sure,
it-
that's worth the price.
exactly. But if you're just having 1, 2, or 3, then there's no point. It's too expensive, and it's
That's
kind
why
of
we got Netflix.
no reason. Yeah, exactly. Then you want to go to Netflix or Disney Plus, because I can't remember how much Netflix is a month. I know Disney Plus is like £5 for one profile, and I think I personally bought Netflix cheaper because I bought it in Turkey, so we get it we got it a little bit cheaper at the first couple months. So we paid like £11 or something for like four profiles. So I don't know how much you pay for it now. I don't know, but yeah, you kind of just, it's one of those things where you it's whatever suits your circumstances, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, and I think mostly it's just Netflix and Disney Plus that come to a lot of people's tastes. I mean, especially
It's the first thing that you think of.
yeah, it is, and it basically. When I go on Netflix, I find basically everything I need if I want to watch
It's different
something.
generations though
Like
as
when-
well, because my mum, she's like, oh, we don't want all these apps, and go and you have to pay for all these different things, because then you end up paying for example, Sky and Disney and Sony and fucking Netflix, and
Amazon.
you end up paying a
Oh,
lot.
yeah, Amazon Prime
Whereas
as well.
yeah, exactly, and Amazon Prime and all the rest of it. Whereas when I was younger and when my mum was younger, we had Sky. It was just all in one big place, and you just pay that, and the price hasn't changed since. You just have everything. Now it's all over the place, and although it's all over the place, and it's kind of, all of Disney's on Disney, and all of Netflix is on Netflix, it's still kind of not in one big place, and that's what Sky was. Sky was that one big place. So, although if you think of a Disney film, you're going to think of Disney Plus. I still think of Sky. As soon as you say Disney film, I'll go have a look on Sky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good thing about Sky because, again, I mean, Netflix had Marvel movies on there. I could watch Doctor Strange and Ant Man and the Wasp.
They had
But-
Star Wars and everything as well.
Yeah, and as soon
Clone
as
Wars, anyway.
as soon as Disney Plus came out, of course everything moves to there. I mean,
Yeah.
it isn't. They don't really think about convenience. I think the top of their head is they make money from this. Like a lot of people that love
profit.
Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars. There's a lot of people out there will definitely go and buy Disney Plus for it. I mean, even theater people. I mean, I fucking love theater, as you guys know. Not
I mean, you can even
listening.
watch Hamilton on Disney
I've
Plus.
got Hamilton, Newsies, but you might be thinking, oh, there's nothing else that you can watch the theatre. No, it's not true. There's a thing called Digital Theatre Plus, which you can buy. It's the same kind of thing as Disney Plus and Netflix. You can go there and watch theatre shows and musicals and stuff like that, which is great for me because I can sit back and watch them whenever I want. So there's a whole range of audiences that these streaming platforms are reaching out to. It's very different from cinemas because cinemas is kind of, it hits one place. If you like movies and you like popcorn, basically, you go to the cinema, sit down, and you watch the movie. If you like staying at home
Or
and,
going with friends.
yeah, going with friends. If you like staying at home, being able to pause it whenever you want and just walk off. If you like things that
Not getting your migraine every time you come out of that place.
yeah, fucking hell. You sit back and watch something like Netflix or Sky, and I think that's a real big plus side to stuff like this.
What's your guys go to our food after like cinema? Where would you go?
Ooh, after a cinema.
I
Yeah.
used to when I was a kid. You know how when you have those big cinema complexes, you have like restaurants around it.
Yeah.
I always went to Pizza Express, and then we'd get like a little one had one of those ice cream make it yourself, whatever toppings and whatever things in there as well. I always did that as a kid. But since then, I don't really have a go-to. Like now I've grown up and I'm a teenager.
Well,
I
say
don't
say
have...
you come out of the movie, where would you want to go for
You're
food?
an adult then.
It depends. It depends who
are.
you're with. If you're with your mates, then you go to somewhere like Pizza Express
He's
or
holding that liar.
yeah, but it's out of gas though. Oh no, it's come back now. It is empty. I can see it in there. Anyway, yeah, if you're with your mates, you go to somewhere like Pizza Express or Frankie's with Benny's or something like that.
Funny
But
enough,
if
I've
you're
never
with...
had Pizza Express.
No,
Never had it.
it's
I
really
don't
good.
think I have either.
It's decently expensive. It's like it's a little bit expensive, but it's good quality. It's really good quality. But if you're with like a
There's better places. There's better
yeah,
places.
but like if you're with your family, then it's different. You're not going to go to. Then again, a lot of families do go Pizza Express, but
I
it's
mean,
not.
Vince's, which is near here, is a lot better.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of.
mean, what about like TGI Fridays or something like that?
I've never
That's
been.
what I would go. That's my answer.
Yeah, but
I've never been there.
I would only
You've never
go.
been
I would
TGI
only,
Fridays?
I would
No.
only really go TGI's if I was going for like a meal with someone.
Yeah,
I
I've
wouldn't
never
go
been.
after. I wouldn't go after.
The classic
Odeon.
thing to do after a cinema is just go McDonald's.
I knew you were
Yeah.
going to say that. I knew you were
I
gonna say that.
I kind of not wanted to say that because of how like
It's so obvious.
stereotypical it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what I tend to do now is if I've got the money, I will go into the cinema, buy like a whole bag of sweets because they're quite expensive, and then I'll just eat that throughout the film. But I'm one of those people that's actually quiet when you eat fucking food. Quiet. I'm not
They eat loud.
throughout the film. I'm quiet.
What?
You-
I've never gone someone that eats loud unless I'm the one that eats loud.
No,
I
when
just
when
am.
when you're in the middle of the film, in the middle of the film, when you get someone in their bag and they
Oh,
just
you hear
they're
them rustling,
rustling
one of the
around
Will,
and
rustlers.
me
shit.
and you knew a person that did that.
Oh, yeah.
I make
Oh.
a conscious effort.
I'm not going
not
to say
do
their
that.
name.
Ping in Discord.
I make a conscious effort not to do that. And then I'll just fill up on that.
It's just
throughout
an
the
obvious
film.
thing. Like you don't want to destroy
So
the
many
film for someone
people-
else.
Yeah, but people don't give a shit. They just come in and then they just do it, and it ruins the film.
I mean, honestly, I've tried this once. Okay, Odeon Cinemas now, that Odeon Lux. You
Odeon
can
is
actually get
so
chicken
nice.
strips and go take them into the cinema.
Oh, you can get food served to you, like hot food.
Yeah,
served
you
to
can.
Like
So
a full meal.
I bought some chicken strips once when I was with my mum and my dad and my brother. Went to a movie and and the chicken strips were surprisingly good, and I didn't want anything after it. And I think it's a great replacement for popcorn if you don't like popcorn or you're allergic to it. But
I
anyway,
just have sweets. I don't even have popcorn. You know, like the
Oh,
little.
yeah,
What's
fair
your
enough.
go-to order if you could order some food when you're watching a film?
When I watch a film,
a burger.
a burger.
Oh my god, that'll be fucking amazing.
A
having
burger?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that's so like for
That's
film.
so that's so messy compared to like.
No, 'cause it's not going to be like a big fuck off American burger with
No,
bacon,
you could just
chips,
have like.
cheese, and onions. No, it's going to be like a patty, two small patties with some cheese and two buns, right?
No,
with a
I-
side
I
with
kind
the
of-
chips.
Yeah, no. What I kind of think of when you
Well,
go
a little bit of
if you think
barbecue
of if you,
sauce.
Hell
if you think
yeah.
of hot food when you're sitting down in a chair watching a film, I kind of feel like one of those.
Steak.
If you go to a fun fair, maybe one of those sort of little box of warm fries, you know, little box of chips, and then you've got food that you can nibble on, like let's say chicken nuggets, or something, you know, something small that you can just eat on. It's not messy, doesn't go everywhere. You're not
but
gonna
I
have
If
a
I could watch
see-
a film, if I could watch a film right now, I would sit down. I'd get a tray in front of me. I'd go KFC. I'd buy what they called popcorn chicken snack boxes,
Mm.
where it comes with a little bit of popcorn chicken, a little bit of chips.
What about
I'd order
you,
about
Rolf?
I'd order about 4 of them, and then I'd get like a large Coke or
Just have
something.
sweets, bright. It's a cinema. It's not. You're not.
Yeah, but we're
It's
on
if-
the topic of because you can order food. Like if you
I
can.
remember-
In Odeon.
I
What would
remember
you
going to
order?
Odin and having a hot dog when we was watching.
You had
the
a hot
film.
dog.
Oh, yeah, we had a hot
Yeah.
dog.
Oh yeah, hot dog wouldn't be a bad shout for a
No,
film.
hot dog wouldn't be a bad shout. It's still a little bit messy, but hot dog's
No,
just.
it's not.
No, it's not
It's not
messy.
messy at all. You know,
What you put in your hot dog, mate?
A very big Most of the time, when I go get hot dogs from places or fun fairs or whatever, you'll get these tiny buns that are huge sausage. They don't even fit.
No.
You get
That's
a
all-
bun,
you cut
and then
that
you
out
put a
of
little bit of like
context.
ketchup or you get a bun, you put a little bit of like sauce in any sauce you want, and then you
Then
put
you
the
get bad
sausage on.
Oh,
sauce.
yeah.
So then it don't make a mess or anything.
I mean, you know what I do? I don't get this. You know when you can have the tortilla chips with the guacamole and the tomatoes
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Why would
That's
you?
too
That,
messy.
that is too messy for a cinema.
And it's
And
loud.
it's loud.
Fuck
You're
yeah.
biting on it, and it's like, yo, shut.
What
the
about
fuck
candy
up.
floss?
Candy floss is
I
not.
don't
Yeah,
do
I,
candy
I,
floss.
I can do candy floss. Candy
I
floss. is
really
good.
like candy floss.
I've only
I like
had it.
candy.
I've only had it a handful of times, but I've never.
Yeah,
enjoyed
but
it.
don't forget, you get different types of candy floss. You have the
Yeah,
white
Never
one,
enjoyed
the
it.
pink one.
No, I've never enjoyed it.
I
Have
didn't
you
like
ever
it.
have you ever
It's
had
just
it like
sugar.
have you been to like a fun fair or
It
something
is.
and you buy it where it's all like warm, it just come out the machine?
Yeah.
Because
No,
sometimes you can buy a bag to where it's just been like like
Most of
sealed
the time
for
you've got
days.
bags or big tubs, the plastic tubs. Yeah.
I mean, you guys haven't experienced this
one's
because you haven't
best.
been to America, but corn dogs.
I don't think I'd be a big fan of it, to be fair.
Corn,
I
yeah,
don't
neither
think
did
I
I.
would be a big
And
fan.
I when I went to Universal and I bought one, which feels like it's a cinema snack. It's really big and it's just covered in this.
Isn't it
corn
basically a
substance.
sausage on a stick?
Yeah, but it's like covered in this batter. But
Oh.
it's really like sweet, and then it gets sickening. But it's something you have at a cinema. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Guys, am I reversed, by the way? Is my camera flipped or is it normal?
I don't know.
Does it say
It's
north or
normal.
sun?
It's normal.
Okay.
Does it say sun?
I think yeah, it's a sun.
Don't know. It's so blurry for me.
Me and Will have a story about the cinema.
Do we?
You remember the Meg?
Was it the Meg or the
was the
Oh
Meg.
yeah,
The
yeah, it
Meg.
was. Yeah.
Me, Will, my mum, and my brother went to go watch the Meg. If you don't know, it's a film about Megalodon shark. There's still 2 of them left. Blah blah blah. So me, Will, and my mum, and my brother, as I said, went to go watch it. And we were in like near the middle row to the end of the left side. Behind us there was this group of people, group of boys, and in front of us, like at the very front row, was this group of girls. And throughout the movie, they were like shouting at each other. They would get up and have conversations, different sides of the room.
So annoying.
My mum like went out and reported them like 6 times. And in the end, they just like throwing shit, and like they just cancelled the movie. They just stopped the movie completely. We got free tickets after, but then they would the security dragged them.
Yeah, but
like-
that's not good because some people take time off work or something to spend time with their kids.
yeah, I know.
And they've only got that day off to spend time with them,
And
and then
then that
if they
happens.
ruined it, they even
But
only
they
got their
did
money
give
back.
us free
Or
tickets. So if they had,
did they give you your money back as well, or
No, they just gave us free tickets.
so? Is it actually free or is it like?
No, we give them the tickets to any film we want to go see. Doesn't matter what, because that is good. Because if we want to go watch something in iSense, it still would be free, which is a lot more expensive.
Hmm.
So if you wanted to, you could just give the tickets in again and go watch a different movie. But they were coming out, they were talking shit to the security guards. One of the boys turned around and he had holes in his t-shirts, like big ones. It was really funny. But it shows how inconsiderate people are, and especially in places like cinema, because a lot of people take the cinemas for granted and that they're just a place where you can mess the fuck around. But I think personally for me,
Council
watching
house
film
and
is a good
violent.
thing. Council house and violent, chavs.
That's what chav stands for.
Yeah.
I found that out a couple of months ago.
All right then. How long have we been going for? About 35 minutes. Chill. Okay. We've got a question in for someone else again. So guys, before I even get into this, this is a segment that we're going to have throughout the entire of our podcast episodes. If you have a question or you have a story that you want us to talk about, you can always email us at lostcornflakespodcasts@gmail.com, or if you join our Discord server, which can be found on YouTube, the link's always in the description, you can send us the questions and stories there. But let's get into this question we had. So I know you guys are fans of Star Wars. What do you think about all the new releases coming to Disney Plus? Which is a great question, actually. So, what are the Disney Plus releases anyway?
You asking?
Yeah, trust. I ain't got a clue.
All right.
You know more.
Well, so there's been loads of shows that have been announced and are in production. So you've got the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, you've got the Ahsoka show, you've got the Acolyte, you've got the Bad Batch. What else you got?
Rogue Squadron,
That's
Rangers
it,
of the
Rogue
New
Squadrons,
Republic,
yeah.
Ahsoka, Visions, and Andor, which is a spin-off of Rogue One.
Yeah.
Basically, they all look really good, especially Bad Batch. Bad Batch looks sick, and Obi-Wan
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a long time. What about you, Will? What are you most excited for there?
It's probably a mixture between the Ahsoka show and the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
They
I want to
both
see
look
the
awesome.
Obi-Wan thing.
Yeah, that looks sick. Ben's gone, so I can't ask him. But
Where did he go?
let's actually mention what
He put a lighter in his mouth.
his mouth.
He put a lighter in his mouth, turned it on, and then all
He's
of a sudden
gone.
screamed and with his mic muted and ran off.
Fuck's sake, he's an idiot. Let's go on to. Well, Will has been watching videos and sharing it with us about apparently what's going down with the Star Wars Acolyte series.
Yes.
Will, do you want to shed some light on what that is?
Basically, the Acolyte is set in the High Republic era, which is 200 years before the first episode. So that would be the Phantom Menace.
Yep.
And there's been lots of pushbacks of when it's been released and a lot of script rewrites because there's so much conflict between the writers and actors input, and it's just
Did
a
someone
huge
make
shit
a
show.
comment? Did someone make a comment that they should get rid of the whole
Yeah,
Skywalker saga?
Yeah, it's Kathleen Kennedy, which she's part
one
of
of
Lucasfilm. If you didn't know, she was involved in episode 7, 8, and 9, and she was involved in The Mandalorian. So she kind of made that stuff happen. She wasn't the biggest part in there, but she was a part of it. And now she's one of the biggest parts in Star Wars Acolyte. Like I think she's producing it.
She's like working alongside people that work with it.
Doing it, okay.
Are
And
doing it, yeah.
basically, apparently they've got Brie Larson on that to be the main role of that. And what she's saying is that, because she's agreeing with Brie Larson here, that they want to take out erase the Skywalker series, which happened with, this is set, as Will said, 200 years before episode 1. So erase what's going to happen in the Skywalker series and have
Brie Larson's
character
character
as the chosen one, which I believe is the stupidest thing I've ever heard anyone pitch.
say, yeah,
it's why?
Terrible.
Why would you destroy something that's changed so many people's lives and so loved by a lot of people? I mean, I still can't believe how some people think, or when it first came out, the prequels were bad. No, they were good. The sequels were bad. Okay, the sequels didn't live up to what Star Wars should be, and thank God to the Mandalorian. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau did a fantastic job with that show, and without them, a lot of people would not be into Star Wars. I guarantee you that show brought so many people to love Star Wars for what it is, because that is Star Wars. That is completely Star Wars, and I think George Lucas would agree with me here as well. Like he knows me, but but like erasing something where it started off makes no sense, right?
No.
And I don't want to be like I don't want to be going against this, but a lot of it comes down to feminism and stuff like that, because everything now, even Endgame had that little stuff with all the women coming out, which I loved. It was great. I like that kind of scene, having all the characters together. But going to the point where you're trying to ruin something which is already good because of that cause, like I don't see the point. Like, sure, you can talk about it and come out about it. Like I know I'm not one to say stuff like this, but ruining something that doesn't really give you a good voice. Like,
No.
I'm not gonna personally, I wouldn't listen if you ruin something I love. Why would you ruin it? Wouldn't you just make it better for me to listen? I just don't understand that. And there's been talks of, well, actually, no. What was she trying to do? What was she trying to do?
When she's done many things, she's a destruction to the Star Wars university.
I mean, she tried to fucking fire Jon Favreau. She tried to get
Yeah.
Jon Favreau fired. Why? Like, what has he done wrong? He did so
Just
much
because
good
she's jealous and upset.
that he can do so much better.
Yeah.
Him and Dave Filoni are the dream team. There's only, as I said earlier, I haven't said this to you on the podcast, but I said to Will and Ben earlier. There's only 3 people I can trust with Star Wars: George Lucas, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau. Them 3 are the masterminds. Is Ben back?
Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
I think he's having some problems or something.
Ben, what the fuck just happened? Tell us what happened.
What did you hear? What did you hear?
We heard,
What happened? Why
Right,
did
well,
you
hello.
leave?
Oh, 2 reasons. 1, P, and 2, Steve's back. So I needed to have a look at what was happening. And I
who's
can't see
Steve, Ben?
No, we're not getting into
Oh,
this.
he's a
Next.
little cunt, isn't he?
No, all right,
Doesn't matter.
Let's
Next.
not get people in the podcast involved in this, because it's just long.
That'll
but
be
yeah.
a whole
Not needed.
another episode.
No, it's not even going to be a podcast in general. Next.
But yeah,
If you want to know
that's-
about Steve, email, and then
Yeah,
we'll have an episode about it.
yeah, if you've got a question, email it, and we'll maybe answer the question. So
Maybe.
back
Mhm.
to Star Wars, out of all things. That's the Acolyte. I'm not personally looking forward to it. Like, I think it's gonna
You're
be a
not looking
flop.
forward to it at all.
No.
Thing.
No, because
The
we all
amount
know, we
of-
all know it's going to be shit. But do you have like any sort of anything in it that you're looking forward to?
The only thing I'm looking forward to is seeing the era before, like 200 years ago before it. That's all I want. I want the backstory towards it and like how that comes into
Yeah.
play. But I am not looking forward to like things I've heard about the script and as like stuff like what they're going to write, the story and all that. I'm not looking forward to that. I think it's gonna be a heartbreak to me when I watch it, and if they actually go through with erasing stuff, which I don't. She even wanted to erase Grogu. Why?
And Luke, yeah.
Why?
It all comes down to her being jealous of Jon Favreau.
like,
but it
I've-
just
I've
doesn't
started
make
to just
sense because-
dislike her completely.
Jon Favreau just knows what he's doing,
Mm-hmm.
but Kathleen Kennedy just doesn't. She just doesn't. She's more for her power,
Yeah, I mean, it's
and she doesn't take in the fans.
it's all, isn't it? The Acolyte's been all filmed by women, isn't it?
Fuck knows.
Well, I think
Absolutely no clue.
it's great to have a TV show, even Star Wars, to show women. I mean, I love Ahsoka. I mean, if she was in this, which she won't be because she was very young in the Clone Wars, but like a character like Ahsoka in that would be so cool to see. And I mean, I'm all for if Brie Larson's in it and she has a kind of cool character, I'm all for it. But to make a point of female empowerment. To ruin something is just, I don't see the point. Okay, you can make her a main part, but why are you going to make her a main part to ruin the main part
Even
of
the
the other
comment-
Why has she got to be the chosen one?
Yeah,
why?
Even the
why?
comments are saying like a lot of if you look into the comments of some of the videos and YouTube videos, a lot of feminists and pro like women rights activists and sort of equal rights stuff, even a lot of women there are saying it's just that's too much and it's dumb and it's over the top, not needed, and it's just ruining Star Wars. And it's like, even when the extremists,
Are
right,
coming out and saying that
are
is
coming out
bad.
and saying that, it's just ridiculous. Because to be honest with you, like, I hate feminism in so many ways, shape, and form, right? Okay, but there is still logic behind it. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's flawed logic, there's still logic behind it. But this has no. Well, obviously, we know why she's doing it because she's trying to power grab, but there's no logic
to
to
doing this,
to
yeah.
her doing it. No logic to changing anything or erasing anything,
But
and
you're
everybody.
gonna lose money doing this. You're gonna lose money doing
You're gonna
this.
lose a lot more than just money. You're gonna lose your entire fan base that
I
you
mean,
spent the
there's a
last
chance
couple
that they won't even
decades
make the
building
money
up.
back that they've put into it.
I
It
I
definitely
spoke to
won't.
I spoke to this about this to my sister, and on my hand, I think I just said you shouldn't allow this to go ahead in the first place. And my sister was like, "No, it's good because this way, you can basically let her fuck up, and then you have a reason to fire her." You know what I mean? But I was like, "Well, yeah, but you're gonna lose tons of money and resources
Filming the
and
first season.
time." Yeah.
Because, like, I
So-
think Star Wars, especially Mandalorian, if they're bringing Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka, all that stuff, that's going to be very high budget.
They are gonna be
They're going to
absolutely
be, like, they're going to look like a movie.
jam-packed.
So,
Mm.
wasting that on Acolyte and then ending up no one liking it and then getting rid of the series and firing Kathleen Kennedy, you're going to lose so much money on that when you could have spent it on something like Season 3 on The Mandalorian, Season 4 of The Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Bad Batch, stuff like that. Stuff that people want, you should focus on more. I mean, sure,
People want
Acolyte will
more
be a
Bad
cool.
Batch, do they?
Yeah, what? What are you
I was
saying?
like, so obviously we know the Bad Batch and where it
Mhm.
came in and what happened to it.
Yeah.
Are people wanting more on that?
Oh, yeah, the Bad Batch looks sick, bro.
I thought it was really interesting how I don't want to ruin it if anybody hasn't seen it, but it's interesting how the clone then got it rescued and then obviously joined them.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I want to see more of it.
It's
that's
so
for sure.
much more interesting than Acolyte, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But,
No. Yeah. I don't actually
um,
know anything about the Acolyte. To be absolutely honest with you.
I mean, we know a few things. Not everything has been released, but
Yeah.
I just hope they don't go with ruining the whole series. Like I'm not saying they should get rid of it completely. Just change the story and change the
Perspective.
yeah, and change what it's supposed to do in the end of the series. Don't make it fuck up the Skywalker saga, because the Skywalker saga, I love it a lot, and something like this just to prove a point isn't worth it, in my opinion. It's going to ruin a lot of people's childhoods and what people grow up with, and what a lot of people dedicate their lives to Star Wars, like it's their career and it's something that they hold deep in their heart. And something like the Acolyte coming out and then doing this is just it's just pissy. Aaron, have you got anything on this topic? Because I don't think you've ever paid attention to Star Wars stuff like
I
this.
am paying attention to everything.
No, I mean like Star Wars.
Oh, I haven't been looking into it or anything.
Yeah, so
I just get it as it comes. So as soon as something comes out, I'm like, all right, you guys want to see it? Usually, guys keep me informed anyway.
That's all right.
Every time there's news, you come on the mic and then you tell us.
Okay, so would you watch any on the TV shows other than Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I'd watch the Ahsoka one probably. I'll probably get around to watching them all, but it'll take time. So I'm not
Okay.
gonna do what you do and just binge watch it.
Yeah, which is what me and Will do love doing as well. Anyway,
I don't see you for weeks if you binge watch stuff.
No.
Or days.
I think that wraps up around there. Anyway, that's this podcast done. We've got a bit of an announcement. A little bit of an announcement. So it was just me and William the other night, and we will get into some conversations. And that makes no sense. Don't mind what I was saying, but you know what I'm trying to say. We were talking, and we were on the topic about merch. And I know we're not the biggest of podcasts in Spotify or YouTube, but we found a way to get you guys merch in the cheapest way possible and in the best way possible, really. So it's up to you if you want to buy it. We kind of make no money from it, but it doesn't really matter. I think it's so cool if someone actually buys it and wear it, and that will be coming up soon. We'll let you guys know about it. We still kind of think about it, getting some designs down and stuff. But if you have any things you want to talk about, you can send us an email. We'll most likely read it. Like, trust me. Questions. We do want your questions. We do want your stories.
We will read it.
We will. Actually, yeah,
We'll definitely read it.
because we go on our emails and there's nothing there all the time. So if it pops up, we will read your podcast, your question or your story. So email in, use the Discord. We'd love to know what you guys are thinking and what you guys want to see on episodes of the podcast. But we see this going farther in the future, and we want to do a lot of stuff with this. So this might not have been the best episode we've ever done, but I'm happy that we're here. And do any of you guys want to say anything before we go?
Yeah, we're British. It's further, not farther.
Alright, fuck off. Alright, thank you. Alright,
What on
anyone
this
else?
blanket on?
Aaron said his. Will?
I'm not looking forward to the Acolyte.
There we go. Same. So thank you guys so much for watching, listening. I keep on saying watching. It's not a YouTube video. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in episode 7. Goodbye.
Cheese stuff.